computer. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on Setup Sunday or watching the replay. I want to bring you guys some value today. 2 days left of the month. It's a short month. Hope you guys are doing well. One of the things I'd like to do on Sundays is send out my client messages so that they can schedule, because my client day is actually on Monday. I like to send it on Sunday. That gives them plenty of time to find a little 10-minute block. And I am basically trying to train my clients to set their own appointments by looking at my calendar and finding their own 10-minute window. And that's giving them, you know, responsibility for their own journey instead of me trying to hound them on there to do things. So anyways, so one of the things I was going to also want to go over would be like, since there's 2 days, some of the things that we can do to bring our business up on the last 2 days of the month. So follow up these last 2 days is really important. So I want to encourage you guys to use the hub. There's a lot of really great resources in there. And it doesn't matter where you start. You can go down to, I think it's like day 31 or 32. I'll show you guys that in a second. But there's a couple things that I want to encourage you to do to bring more traffic to your page. And it's called A to Z commenting. Now, because Facebook changed me to a digital creator, that's the only thing that I can find out that's different. I can no longer pull up A to Z on my friends list, but I can show you how it's done. And when you pull up your friends list, you should be able to see exactly how to do it. So I want to show you how to do A to Z. First, I'm going to tell you what it is. A to Z commenting is better than Messenger, because Messenger, if you copy and paste a bunch of stuff, Facebook will end up blocking you because they'll think that you're spamming. But if you are engaging on other people's profiles, then they're not going to look at you as spammy. So the most prized picture that most people have on their Facebook is their profile picture. So when you go to A to Z commenting and it alphabetizes in your Facebook, you're going to start with the A's. All you're going to do is go to the page, go onto the photo, and you're going to either like or love whatever you normally do. And then you're going to leave a comment like, hey, Leslie, great picture. And then like, where is this at? You can, like, if you can, ask a question. Okay. And then exit to the top, which I'll show you in a second, go to the next person. What that's going to do is, if you do that for like 2 hours a day, if you're for high leverage activity, wherever you can find 5-minute, 10-minute pockets and just do that, what that's going to do is start having people wonder who you are, and they're going to start going to your page just to see who you are. Who's this person that just, you know, liked on my photo? Now, if you see it's a picture of a dog, or you see it's a picture of somebody and there's a ton of comments on it, check it out, see if somebody's passed, if they lost an animal, or if they lost a human, or if that human's no longer there. You can unfriend them. I hate to be, yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, a lot of these people aren't directly your friends really yet. And so you can't make a relationship if, you know, if you don't have one, there's no relationship and they're not there anymore. There's nothing more you can do with them. You can't help them. So free up that spot. Also, once you get through all your A to Z, you'll go back through and then you'll hit the cover photos. And again, this is just going to bring engagement, and then people will start looking at what you're posting. So hopefully you're posting also on your page. So A to Z commenting is basically, you go to your Facebook. Okay, let me turn this down so you can see it a little bit better. You go to your Facebook, you go to this left corner where your picture is, and you click it so that it brings up your profile. And then you go to where your friends are, which mine is different because I'm a digital creator, but mine, I go here, and then it has friends. And if usually when you guys are going to click it, unless you have the same problem I do, it's going to actually alphabetize your list. Once you get it alphabetized, you're just going to have to scroll. So put it in your notes in your phone or wherever you're at, what name you left off with. And that way you can just hit everybody, just A to Z. So me, I just have to kind of scroll and like look and see. And so it's takes me a little bit longer, but it's still worth it. So definitely want to encourage you guys to do some A to Z commenting. Start at least 10 conversations a day. That'd be minimum for the last 2 days. Do your power posts. Sunday, I didn't really do one today because Sunday's not as busy on Facebook. So I'm trying to go back and nurture the power posts that I had before. So looking back at like responding to those, and I'll show you a thing on there. And then another one is, stories are always good. Write down lists of who has seen your stories. And I encourage you to add some polls to your stories, because that's going to also bring up some engagement. So let me show you some follow-up things that you can put on real quick, because I pulled some up. Let me see, hold on. Conversation starters. That's not the one. Hold on really quick. All in. All right. Let me go back. Is it going to be on this one? Hold on really quick. Let me try sharing my screen again, because I don't have the right one up. Try this one more time. All right. So here's some, this is in the hub. So this is a really great thing. Can you guys see my screen? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So on day 32, I'm in the all in, which, because it's the end of the week, I just want to figure out everything that I can do. It's follow-up day. The last 2 days should be total follow-up day. So follow up with any messages, responses that may need to schedule or call a Zoom. Example, hey, I was going through my messages and I noticed we never got connected. I'm free at blank or at blank. If you are, let me know. Spend a few minutes to follow up with the ones that have not officially said yes. Hey, any fun plans this weekend? Keep it simple. So all of these examples are in there on day 32. On the 3rd, and the way you find that is when you go onto the hub and it says choose your track. This is the all-in track, and I just pulled up day 32. So there's a lot of great examples in there. Really a lot of information in the hub. I really want to encourage you guys to go there. Now, the other thing I wanted to see is, can you see where I switched screen? Did it go?
Yes.
Okay. So this right here, I want to encourage you. These people have done like over 500 power hours. They're very well put together. I can tell you one really good thing about this. You can send, well, your newer coaches. I really wouldn't send baby coaches. They want them to be at least senior coach before they go over here. But they're very good about saying, hey, you know what, we understand you might do things a little bit differently. Please don't add those into the comments. We've done this for a long time. We'll share what works, and anything that you want shared, get with your mentorship and, and go to them, because that's a good idea, because then they're not going to throw you off. But this is the power hour where it's at. So 9:30 a.m. PST is right after the boot camp on Saturdays. And then the rest of the time it's 8 a.m. PST, 11 a.m. EST. So wherever you're at. And the Zoom link is on here. And it's a lot of fun. There's usually, seriously, about 250 people on this power hour. So there is a ton. And you can always, if you miss it, because you're working or whatever, you can go and just pull up the replay right here. And I think that I have dropped this into Impact Academy coaches. If it's not in there, you can't find it, let me know, I'll send it to you. But I have it in my Google Docs. And so this is going to give you all sorts of different, ones that you can watch, but these are fine to even watch by yourself. Okay. They're great. They're really, really high quality. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, I was talking with Monica about this. There's this website called besthashtags.com, and you can put in Optavia, or you can put health, or like whatever your power post is about, if it's personal growth or whatever. It's really helped me to get a lot of engagement on my Instagram. So, and they might be, follow me for this or that. I'm going to shut this because this thing is like going wild with ads right now. Let me see, go back over here. So I just want to encourage you guys to just, check it out and see if it changes anything for you on your hashtags, or having hashtags on there. And they have a lot of really great ones. So those kind of really do seem to help. So let me see if I have anything else in here. All right, so those are the things that I wanted to cover about the last 2 days. Does Monica or Leslie or Donna, you guys want to add anything?
When did you say these power hours were happening?
So the power hours for this is in Patty Glick's room. She's a integrated presidential. They are at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. On Saturdays, they are 9:30 a.m. during the 8-week launch boot camp. Otherwise, I believe they're still at 8 a.m. They will update the graphic if it changes. But for the next 8 weeks for that thing, they're in there. So they used to do them on Facebook Live. And there's also, they give helpful docs and all sorts of stuff in here. So it's really a great tool to have. But since they play music, they have like every 15 minutes, they'll have a dance party to kind of just break it up, which is fun. And then you go back to work. So they're very, here's what you're doing for this 15 minutes, here's what you're doing for this. And they even will like once a week or so, they will even, if you can get your Facebook link in there quick enough, they'll go take a look at your page and give you, like what they think you should be doing and looking at it from an outsider's, which is pretty cool. So they do a lot of really cool stuff in there.
Man, too bad 8 doesn't work for me, but I'll watch the playbacks.
Oh, look, you know what? You can even, you know what you could do, Leslie, if you didn't want to watch, if you didn't want to do it alone, say, hey, hop on my Zoom and then do the playback and have people join your power hour watching the playback. So,
Okay,
you can totally do that too. So that wouldn't be a difficult thing to do because it's on that they are shared on Vimeo. So, you can, the link is there. So it's not like a Zoom to Zoom. So you can do that. And I did that one time and I invited, nobody came, but you know what? I invited, I watched it. If they came in, I let them in, but it really kind of like, you're not doing it alone. You don't feel like you're doing it alone. So it's pretty cool. All right. So for Sunday setup, here's our normal things we do. First thing is your healthy goals for the week. So please figure out, like, I know Jennifer is doing 75-day hard challenge right now. And she's sharing everything. And she's like, oh my gosh, like all these people are responding now. And I said, yeah, because you're living out loud. That happens when you live out loud, when you live your journey and you be vulnerable and all the stuff. So she's doing really good. She just signed up her best friend that she's been, ever since she started coaching, she's been trying to encourage this girl to start with her. And so she's like on cloud 9 right now. So that's from living her health goals online or out loud. Get with your mentor. We're all still clients, you guys. So remember that. And Donna, you can come with, you can come to me. I mean, if you're not directly talking to your coach for whatever reason, we're all here. So talk to one of us, find somebody in the group and connect that way. Business goals for the week. Hopefully, like I said, the last 2 days, but don't forget, like I know that I gotta like make some things happen. And I'm actually sitting in the break room for 8 hours with my Achilles tendonitis. And people are like, aren't you bored? And I'm like, no, this is like a practice dress rehearsal for retirement. I'm like excited. I'm just sitting in the break room working my business. So I'll be working my business all day long in the break room tomorrow. I even have a health assessment scheduled, which on what will be my lunch. So pretty cool. So get with your mentor, let them know how we can help you. I encourage you guys, posture coaching. I was talking to Monica and she brought something up really, that really struck me. And she said, well, how likely would it have been if you believe in coaching so much, why? And I said, well, I know I would have gained my weight back. And she said, how likely? Like I said, oh, she said 100 times. I said 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. And she said, well, that's what you need to project when you talk to your clients. Like tell them like why this coaching is so important for them to consider. Because I always say clients come and go, coaches come and stay. And that's because we stay connected and we continue to work on ourselves. And we're just always trying to become better so that we can stay on the right pathway. So I want to continue. I want you guys to make sure you're doing that. Start scheduling those victory tip calls. Don't call them struggle calls. Just call them tip calls or something. And so that your mentorship or whoever you're connecting with can, posture that for you. Take some good notes. Please don't get on the tip call until your mentor, like 3 minutes or 30 seconds before your client gets on there. Try and run down everything. Try and kind of, pre-plan what you're going to ask your mentor to talk about so that they understand. Social media, definitely, that the hub is amazing, you guys. You don't really have to think about anything. And I'm doing my best to share from that Trello board that I have, just different topics. And those different topics are really cool because, I can share a topic and we're all going to have a different spin on it, right? So you guys, those are really cool to kind of figure out what you want to talk about. Conversation starters. Oh yeah, here's one other one I want to talk about. And if you watch this last boot camp, this last power hour that they did today, she was talking about this and it was like, I forgot about that, but we probably have some certain language that we use in messages, something that we consistently say. So mine might be goal assessment, or hey, can I have a group, something like that. You can go into your messages and you can search that. So for instance, I put on here, like if I go into my messages and I put in, I'll just put in goal assessment. All right, it says goal assessment. And then I'm going to hit search. And then if you can see, it says messages and then it says see more. So I haven't even, so here's all the messages that goal assessment is in. So this is a great way, and it's still pulling up more, but I have tons of messages. So I can go back through those messages because I know that would be somebody who I was connecting with about a goal assessment. So I can go and restart the conversation. I can use the follow-up that was on that was on day 32 of the All In on the hub, and start some conversations that way. So that's a great way to start conversations so that you can see, because now it's the end of February, so they definitely know their January, whatever they were doing in January for their New Year's resolutions, have either succeeded or they failed. Power hours, again, I want to suggest those replays. If you can't get on the live one, if you can get on that live one, it's a lot of fun, and their time passes really fast. Team trainings, again, my Sunday call that I set up with my clients has the community Zoom link on there, and then I will send that back to them also as a reminder about an hour before. So we have the community calls. I always encourage my clients to get on the live, and then I say, hey, if you're even like curious, just stay on, because you'll hear a lot of our field leadership and you'll kind of really hear the heartbeat of the company if you stay on there. So when you're ready to coach, you'll kind of know what we do. And then after that, then we do have our Impact Academy after that. And then the other thing is, we all have a mentorship thread. Let us know what you need. Again, it's the end of the month. You guys can let us know. Maybe we can help with something, but you got to let us know what you need from us. And then I also want to make sure that you're putting those things into your calendars. If you are going to be on the Power Hour, I will grab the Power Hour Google Doc. I will drop it in Impact Academy. Go on there, grab the picture that has the Zoom link on there, throw it in your calendar so that all you have to do is click the Zoom link from your calendar and you're going to get right there, and put it in your reoccurring, and it will give you that reminder, and you're like, oh, okay. And then come with your list and come with your ears and come ready to work. And you'll be like, early in the morning, you'll be like, yes, because I know we're all mostly the best in the AM. So we're not worn out and we're still on our best. So that's a perfect time to do that. End of the month, also Want to make sure you guys are getting your maps together, newsletters tomorrow. And then, use, whatever you can go into right now into your back office and look at the orders that are filled out and start writing down for next month, writing down the people who ordered and all that kind of stuff. I think that's all I have. Monica, did you want to add anything?
Sorry, I'm just getting back here. No, I think you covered it all. Yeah.
Donna, you want to add anything? You have anything?
I just wanted to ask, the Power Hour, is that in the launch boot camp? Is that where it is? The ones that the daily Power Hour? Do I find that, is that the launch group or?
No, I think it might be posted in the launch group, but I have the Google Doc. So it has all the information on there. So I'll drop it in there, but I know they've opened it up to everybody, anybody that wants to use it. So
Okay.
it's definitely a great one. I know that, if you're in the launch, are you in the messenger group launch?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know that sometimes like, Sabrina May will do one. I think Alex might do one. So there's sometimes people popping their own, so you can always hop on those also. It's kind of good to, everybody has different kinds of ideas of their structure, but these ladies, like I said, I have been following their Power Hours for years. I'm not on them all the time, but they're great. I really highly recommend them, and they'll walk you through everything. So it's and I can say this, it's a perfect Power Hour to really learn the steps, because when you start bringing on coaches, I mean, how to help them get started and what activities that you can get them to do. I mean, that A to Z commenting is a magic thing. It's really good to be able to go in there and just like hit everybody up on there. So it's very helpful. So
The Google, where are you going to put the Google Doc?
I'll put it in, I'm going to drop it into our messenger group. So it'll be in there. So you can hop on there. So hopefully I'll see you in the morning on there. I think I'm going to be on there in the morning. I think my health assessment might actually be at 8 a.m. my time. So maybe I won't be on there, but I'll be on there on Tuesday for sure, if I'm not. But I know that Denise Thompson, she's on there because I see her on there. So she's out there dancing on the dance thing. I'm like, hey, I see you, girl. So, all right. Well, that wraps us up. Unless you have anything else. Do you have any other questions, Donna?
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. I hope this was helpful, and let's rock the end of the month.
Bye.
Bye, guys.